everyone, and once again a warm welcome back to the DrMBalmer channel. Now, there is a bit of a noise here in my man cave, and you can see a dusty piece of equipment here. It's an old TRUST UPS, and it has a pretty bad fan. It was pretty bad when I got it. Now it's even worse. And you can, if I tap it, yeah, you can hear it changes the noise profile a bit. But ultimately, yeah, the bearings, I think, in some exhaust fan are pretty much done. So I can't really record any other videos here until this has been resolved. So I either need a new one or see if I can maybe replace the fan. Yeah, let's do that right now. Right, so I have removed the device from the shelf, and well, it's still a bit warm to the touch, but yeah. The problem, I believe, is over here with the fan, the exhaust fan, and if I just turn it on, I don't have any power connected to it right now, so it will go off of the battery. And it beeps a bit, since it doesn't have AC power. We have a few indicator lights saying that the battery is sort of charged. And we'll get there is airflow, but yeah, it helps a bit when you push this hub on the back side of this metal plate, but it will of course, it doesn't sound too well, and it hinders my work here and recording videos and stuff like that. So let's see if we can fix it in some way. So allow me just to... This device is quite heavy and big. It has a couple of batteries, I think, inside. Lead acid batteries. So let's see how I can record this, but I will try. Yeah, and the said device is from a brand I would say I wouldn't trust too much, and its name is TRUST, of course. So that's all good and well. So let's see how we can go about this. Let's see if I'm doing the right thing here. First and foremost, well, there is a screw here below this device. Maybe we can unscrew that. And then there are some very deeply embedded screws inside of these holes as well. But let's see what we have to do to get to the fan. First off, we'll try to undo the screw at the bottom here. Let's adjust this up a bit. Place the screw there. Oh yeah. So something's happening. So the front panel seems to come off. However, it is stuck in a way. Let me have a closer look. And there is a lot of dust in here, as expected maybe. Let's see what we got. Yeah, we seem to have a protective plate here for the cells, so maybe we can remove that one. And I shall place it aside. Now there is a pulling strap, I think. And we have the actual cells. Yes. Let me just remove some dust and stuff. Okay, the cables are a bit short. Allow me to lift you up a bit. So, what do we have here? We will have a parallel connection, it seems. So we have one positive terminal here, and it is connected straight to the other positive terminal. And then we have the negative terminals as well then in parallel. So I shall try to disconnect this. Right. So we have the positives here and disconnecting the negatives. Right. And of course a lot of dust build up. Yeah, these are some chunky cells. 12 volts, 7.2 amp hours each. So we should have 14.4 amp hours at 12 volts. Yeah. So let's put these aside for now. Allow me to shed some light on the innards. So we have the power supply in there and some charging circuitry, I suppose, for the device. And all the way back there somewhere we have the actual problematic fan. We can see it. I shall try to point it out with this light. All the way over there we have the fan. So I would say I need to get this cover off, the top cover, and then I would be able to replace the fan, hopefully. So I need to find a very long screwdriver. So hang on a moment. So where from do we get long screwdrivers in long screwdrivers enough, at least. Well, I tried some different ones, but ultimately, of course, it's Noctua. They include a long screwdriver for installing their NHD15, for instance, and NHD14, I think, as well. And this one is long enough. So allow me to undo this. The first one. Keep hanging. Here's up. Let's keep it. This one. I hope this will get access to. Okay. See, that's 4. Yes. Now. Right. So, what have we got here? A lot of cable mess and some dust, of course. So yeah, hi. Jokes aside, though, allow me to remove some of this dust with my finger. I think I will blow this with a pressured air canister, and well, we have the fan connector over there. There we have it. It's pretty interesting, actually, that they have cut off, just physically cut off the normal sense pin from the fan. It's just so they bought fans with the sense pins and they just cut them off with some snips, and then used some other header, I suppose. We could reuse the header for this. So I'll have to open this one up. Allow me to readjust my camera angle a bit. Right, so let's try not to damage any other cables while doing this. That was a very dry, I must say, a very dry cable tie. So now this is free here, and Well, we shall attempt to disconnect the fan header. Without getting electrocuted. Ideally. Yeah, I think we got it. Is this like an pH 2.54 connector, maybe? Maybe we can reuse this and solder onto another fan of our choosing. However, I wonder if I have such a fan that this requires. So to undo the fan itself, I will need a Torx. So let's bring out this one. Maybe a T15. Just ooh, I almost guessed it. Maybe a T10 then. Yes, T10 will be nice. I shall so I will just unscrew 4 Torx screws at the back side here of this fan. Nothing too spectacular. So, we have a Xenon maglev fan. Well, yeah, it doesn't feel maglev to me, but fine. 12 volts, 1.1 watts. I don't know, to me that seems a bit much maybe. And actually, I think this is plastic, yeah. Maybe we can improve this. We don't need such a powerful fan, do we? I mean, sure, this device generates some heat, but do we really need 12 watts of fan power? Well, I suppose to get air through this very blocking piece of plastic, for sure. Maybe we should cut this off and yeah, and get a fan grill instead on the outside that will let air through. And in that case, we could probably get away with another fan, which isn't so aggressively configured. But the thing is that I think that I'm not sure if I have such a fan. What is the 60 millimeter? No, 80? I will have to check for a bit. Allow me to look around. Oh yeah, sorry, I misread the label a bit. It says 12 volts 1.1 watts. I read it as 12 volts 1.1 amps. Right, so I thought that let's take a look at a fan, because I didn't really have a 60 millimeter fan that was suitable. But I checked Amazon and well, it seems like we have there is a Sunon fan, also maglev. It's a different model number, but I couldn't find the exact same model that was in the unit itself. But this one seems close enough, and well, this is actually a two-pin or two-wire one. It doesn't show any connectors, so I think it's just bare wires. But that's fine. We can attach the old connector to it. Now this Amazon page is in Swedish here, but basically it costs 50 Swedish kronor, which would translate to about well 4.5, 4.7 US dollars equivalent. Maybe closer to 4.5 or something. And so it's pretty cheap. And well, the wattage is 1.56 watts. It's also 12 volts at least, so it's a little bit higher wattage. Uh, but okay, we can live with that. And it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blades. And I'm just looking at the original fan. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blades as well. So they're both 7-bladed fans. The original one had a power draw of 1.1 watts, and this one is 1.56 watts. So this is actually a bit, well, I don't know the RPM of this. Let's see if it says anything. 0.13 amps. Well, it says 5,200 RPM. So I don't know, 31.2 decibels. Vapo bearing. I don't know what that would translate to. So it might be a bit on the louder side, maybe. I don't know. So yeah, but okay. So maybe this fan, we can order it, and it should arrive on January 13th, which is Monday. Today it is January 9th, 2025. And well, so it I won't get it today. It says 5,200 RPMs, I suppose, per minute. Seems quite much, maybe. Uh, yeah, I suppose we can try it out. Right. So I checked the other listings on Amazon, and I didn't really find any other replacement. There was one which was at zero 0.9 watts and 4,500 RPM, I think, but it cost like more than double the amount of the 4.5 US dollar one. So we'll just go with the cheap model and see if it's good or not. But yeah, so while that arrives, I thought that we need also a fan grill because as I mentioned, I would like to, um, I would like to remove the cutout on the device itself, since it was very blocking in its nature for airflow, and the fan was blowing air out of the unit. So basically creating a negative pressure setup inside of the unit itself, which is probably what they wanted, but it does have the side effect that a lot of dust, of course, will enter all the holes in the chassis. So, yeah, but cutting the the cutting away the cutout on the device itself would be good for airflow. But then, of course, I would like to have a fan grill so that no fingers enter uh, the fan. And so basically, I found on printables one that looks like this, and it seems to have a pretty good uh, sort of plastic to hole, plastic to air, plastic hole ratio. Um, and it's supposedly 4 millimeters thick. Believe I read. You can of course, yeah, I think that's pretty good that it's a bit thick for rigidity. And so yeah, maybe we can try that one out. 60 millimeter fan grill. Yeah, I think this should be a standard 60 millimeter, and resolution 0.2 millimeters, infill 20%, right? Um, so I don't know if this counts as sharing, but without attribution. So of course attribution to Mr. Tech on printables. Mr. Tech seems to have a lot of interesting stuff. So credit to Mr. Tech on printables. And yeah, so while we wait for the Amazon delivery, why don't we try to print this out and see what that looks like, and if we can, yeah, if it fits, and what it would look like. Um, so yeah, I will download this and we shall try to do a print. All right, so I'm in the slicer software for my 3D printer. My 3D printer is a FlashForge Adventure 3 Pro 2, and the software is called FlashPrint 5, I believe. So allow me to load the. Well, I can just drag it in, I think. Yeah. So there we have the fan grill. Looks pretty decent in here. So now let's try to slice it. Right. So let's see here. Yes. PLA 215 degrees. Maybe we can go to 200 and. Yeah, 215, I think. Platform temperature, the bed at 60. And then layer height 0.2 millimeters. And let's say infill 22%. Yeah, why not? 22%. And let's just slice it. Slice preview. Right. 39 minutes it says. Okay. I'm a bit low on filament installed in the printer, but it says it should be 6.09 grams, 2 meters. I think I might have 2 meters, so yeah, let's go for it. Um, So let's attempt to print this. Right, so we're 90% done, it says. And as I opened the lid, I could basically pull this spool out. Yeah. And well, this is what it looks like. I have a short little tail left here that is being fed into the printer. So I wonder if I am 92%. Yeah, it's not looking good. I wonder what will happen now. So can I yeah, it has disappeared. 2 minutes. I believe I have to change the spool. Oh yeah, filament error. Pausing. Oh, that's great. Let's see what happens. This is the first time this has happened, but it's good that it actually did notice that the filament ran out. This goes into some pause mode. Heating extruder. Oh yeah, it will simply dump all the plastic now, I suppose. Unloading the filament. Yeah, it's coming out the other way around. Let's just pull out filament, feed new filament, press OK. Alright. Alright, that's not a whole lot of loss. But it's okay. That's good that it noticed. So I have to find some new filament. Hang on a moment. Right, I found the FlashForge filament. It's white, so let's go with white. I will need some white later on, I think, for some projects. So let's try that out. Right. So I have the spool here, and oops. So it says press OK. I will press OK. Press OK when new color appears. Yeah, so it's slowly turning this, feeding it in, and let's see when the white color appears. Then we should press OK. Yeah, now we have some black coming out. And now we have white. So I'm pressing OK. And trying to resume. I'll remove this. Oh, something's happening. 1 minute. Let's go into report mode. 95%. So can I remove that? Yeah. Doing a bit of ad hoc work here. Now let's see what happens. Will it work? Ooh, that's pretty nice. Hopefully it will work. It will stick to the cold surface of the black layer. But yeah, 97% done. That looks sick. I really like it. Yeah, so just a little bit of filament was needed. Now it says 100%. Build completed. Okay. So let's allow it to cool down a bit and we shall have a look at it. Right, so the extruder has cooled down, or the hot end, to 51 degrees and the bed to 42. And now the fan has stopped, the cooling fan. So let's try to yes. And let's turn that off. Now, what does this look like? Yeah, we only got like one layer of the new white, so it looks a bit shabby chic, you know. It's probably the closest resemblance. But this one's nice, yeah. So will this align? I think it will. So either this way or this way. Yeah, it's funnier this way. I think, yeah. So I have two snips here. I think we shall go with this one first. It's pretty thick here, the plastic. So I think this should be able to do it. Should I go? Yeah. I think we got it. One at least. I shall use some safety glasses. You never know, you know, when something flies so far off. It's not extremely easy, but it is doable without any cutting tools like a Dremel. Right, didn't even have to 3D print it. And let's put that aside for now. So it has some edges here. Maybe I can use these snips now too. Well, I was a bit optimistic maybe. Not as easy as I had hoped. Maybe I should try using these again. Oh, maybe not. Anyway, so yeah, we'll get a fan inside, and once it arrives from Amazon, and then this thing, we can actually try the screws here, see if it will work. I can remove my safety glasses now that nothing flew into my eyes while cutting. I need the Torx. Yes, a bit tight, but that's how I like it. Yeah, so we have one screw in place, so that would be I shall actually remove this extension bit and do it this way. Yeah, but actually the screws aren't that long. Maybe this was too thick, so they don't protrude through this. Is it plastic? Yeah, through this plastic backplate. So I believe maybe we should use rubber inserts or something instead, or find some other screws, but yeah, this should provide more airflow through, I think, than the original protection mechanism here. Right. Well, for now then, I think we should basically what we should do is wait for the new fan to arrive, and then we shall reassemble this, and hopefully it will work. But for now, for me it will be a few days, and for you it will only be a moment. So hang on a moment. Right, a couple of days have passed, and well, we have the original xenon fan here, but then also got the new one, and well, it looks like this. So this is, if we compare the specs a bit. So we got a 1.1 watt here and 1.56 watt here. But this was considerably cheaper than many of the other variants, and I couldn't find this exact variant either. So and also considering that the fan was blowing air out of the UPS chassis, it means that the UPS has a negative pressure system. So this is the only fan as far as I could find, and if it blows air out of the chassis, then air will enter all holes and cracks in the chassis. So I suppose you need a little bit of static pressure to actually get enough air into the UPS, especially when you have a lot of dust that collects, because when you have a negative pressure system, dust will pretty fast enter the system and also clog up all the entrance holes. But yeah, so this is but it's also a Sunon, it's also a maglev, but it's a different model number. So well, at least I hope that the bearing here isn't as bad as this one. Yeah, I can feel that this rattles in my hand when I spin it. Maybe the bearing gets destroyed pretty fast with all the dust that enters as well. So I bought a couple of these just to be able to replace faster next time. So this fan comes without any connector, while the original fan had this 2.54, I think, millimeter connector. So we shall reuse it. I think I will cut it off somewhere, and then we will solder this to it, and yeah, so that's the plan. However, before we do that, let's try this fan out. I have USB 12 volt 5 to 12 volt adapter, and I shall plug it in. There to my USB charger, and the positive on the inside, and then I don't know how this picks up in the microphone, but it does have a whining sound to it. I will try to place it near the microphone in a way that the air isn't blowing into it. See if we can pick up the whiny noise. I can only use one hand though. But it does move a lot of air. That's for sure. So, well, I suppose that it will have some sound to it. We could place some resistor, of course, on it, but yeah, I think that let's just go with this, and then we'll see how much. I mean, the sound that was produced by the original fan was a lot worse, I think, because it rattled a lot. So, and then the UPS, it's a couple of meters away. It will be stationed a couple of meters away, and on a shelf near the ground, so to speak, near the floor. So maybe it, and then also this will be blowing air, not directed to the front of the case, but to the back. So maybe some of the sound will be filtered away. We also printed this pretty nice little accidentally dual colored fan grill. And yeah, so but I have heated up the soldering iron, and I will make use maybe of some helping hands. First things first, though. Where is the? Here we have one. Some side cutters, and so let's cut this off there, like that. We'll put the e-waste aside, and I will recycle it appropriately. We also need to strip this wire a little bit. Maybe I need some more light, I don't know. Let's see if we can produce some light. Hopefully we're not getting too much. We're getting some shadowing, but let's see if I can strip this wire. Yeah, seems to work. Great. And this side is sort of pre-stripped already, so should be good there. Okay, so this is made of several small strands. Maybe it's nickel-plated copper, I hope. Seems like it. It seems sturdy enough of a wire. The new fan, I don't know if it's multi-stranded, but it seems to be pre-tinned or something, maybe. Anyway, maybe we could strip it a bit more so we can twist the wires a bit. Like that. And hang on a minute, I actually have a little something. Yeah, so I some time ago I got a little kit of these little clamps, cable clamps, And I have never used such clamps, but I wonder if it's a good idea or not to use this. Can I clamp it down with my just pliers, or do I need a special crimping tool? They came with a few of these heat shrink tubes of the correct size, I suppose, once they're clamped. So we could try it out, but I think I'm still gonna place some I have a sort of a collection here. Let's see if these are too thin or if they work fine. Yeah, we can use a whole piece like that, and then one on the black wire. Oh wait, so there were two. I hope this is gonna work. And then putting the large ones, the larger diameter, over the clamp. Then I don't know. I will pre-tin these that are not pre-tinned, maybe. I have heated up the soldering iron, and let's use some nice lead-based solder. And I will turn on I have a solder fume extractor, so I'll turn it on and there will be some noise, but maybe I just time-lapse this. And we're back. Yeah, so let's inspect the joints. Yeah, we got solder all the way around, and yeah, I can just cut off some sharp pieces that point in the wrong direction. This one's pretty good. Right, and I managed to connect the two wires of the correct colors. That was amazing. Now, so yeah. I could, or I should maybe. I will place this or try to place this heat shrink tube over the joint here. I suppose it would have been enough with just this clamp and a large piece, maybe. Oh, yeah, I didn't. Of course, yeah, I didn't place these on the wires, so I'm in a bit of trouble. Of course, I could open the. Oh, we'll save these for another project, another day. I think what I have will be enough, since I'm redoing the classical mistake over and over again. I never learn. Right, now let's drag this black piece. Oh, hang on. No. There's a bit of a lump here. That prevents this thin. Nice. Okay, I will try to remove the lumpiness. Did it help? Yeah, I think so. Right. And now I'll use not the tip of the iron, but the side here, and I'll just drag it back and forth, shrink it, and then we'll take the red wire. Yeah, they seem to stay in place. Alright, so the fan construction setup sort of thing is pretty much done, I'd say. Now I will turn off the soldering iron, and we shall see if we can get everything installed into the UPS itself. Yeah, so just give me a moment and I'll be back. Okay, so I have done a bit of a dust cleanup. So it's pretty. I just used a some high pressure air to blow out some dust, and it's pretty clean and nice now. So that's good. And now let's see here. Yeah, it's over here to my left. So this one, should go over here, maybe. Let me move some light around. Don't know if this made any difference to make it better, but yeah. I will place this like this over here, and hopefully it will fit well with the holes aligned and everything. And then the fan, of course, and it should be connected. So yeah, and I realized that yes, using this, it's pretty thick. It's 4 millimeters or so, this grill. Using the included screws, then, well, it wouldn't be enough for them to protrude properly through these holes then, and through these as well, to also grip the fan screw holes. So I'm thinking, instead of using the screws, we could actually also decouple the fan from the casing by using, let's see, maybe these rubber screw replacement grommets things. So these are Noctua ones. I don't know if they will be good enough. I would have to it's not really wanting to. They're a bit short, maybe. So let's see if I have something else. I don't know where I got them from, but it was, let's see here, 20 pieces. Maybe it was Temu or AliExpress. It was a while ago, so I don't really remember. But you can find them there, and they're a bit longer for sure. And yeah, let's see if they work better, actually. So we would pass this through here, I suppose. And going past the first stop, and then see if we can, there's like a second piece here. Let's see if we can, yeah, like that, I think. Now it's pretty flush. And then we've got a section left over here for getting it through this, and then the fan as well. Let's see if we can, will that work? So I can turn the fan this way around. Yeah. Let's see how, maybe it's not too visible, so allow me to turn the camera around a bit and zoom in. And I will need to have some light over here instead. It's a bit troublesome with the light. I would need a better system for this. And then I can push this through there. Yeah, so as you can see, if I refocus, it has a proper section there in which the fan casing fits, and also it will be flush on this side of things. So I think these are pretty good for this application. Let's try another one of these. I will try to insert it here and just drag it, yeah, over here. So that's pretty good, and these things won't be in the way, I think. So great. I will pick another couple of these. Oh, sorry. However, I did something wrong. I didn't get the this one in place first. So like that. It would be good to do it on all sides, of course, before I... So I'll try to thread them through. Like this. And finally... like that. And now comes the hard part, where I need to feed them all in. And get them to align. Which turns out to be harder than you might think. Okay, I will need some assistance. So I will try to use these tweezers. I think it's pretty much in there. I will feed these wires into this little guide here. Maybe. Like that. And let's zoom out a bit. I shall turn the camera around a bit, like this, and yeah, we have the connector over there, so I'll just install it. Right. And there was a cable strap around all of this previously, so maybe we should install a new one. And yeah, I hope this will work. So let's try to close this up. Right. Now I need to... Yes. The Noctua. Okay, so that's that then. That was hard to say. Yes. All right. So now for the next tricky part of this, and I shall move the camera about a bit. Right, so this is what it looks like now, and well, I have a few cables and stuff in the way. I'm charging the phone and stuff at the same time that I'm doing all of this. Here we have the negative terminals and the positive terminals. And we need the battery pack, so let me bring it. So yeah, this TRUST unit is actually a 1300 volt amps unit. So it's not one of the weakest ones. It has 2 cells, so that's why I want to salvage this, because it has some capacity to it. However, I'm not sure that this is for sale anymore. It's pretty old by today's standards, and so maybe there's no reason to really review it, but it has been working well in terms of actually providing power once there is a power loss and stuff like that. So it has turned out to be reliable in that sense. Only the fan hasn't been too reliable. So if I'm not mistaken, yeah, right, we have the pull tab at the bottom here, and hopefully I will be able to connect this in a proper manner. Now that yeah, it will be hard not to... The cables aren't that long, so but I believe it was connected like this. So maybe I need to first get this in there a bit like that, and now let's try to turn it around a bit, like, oh, yeah. This is, it's pretty heavy. Placing this over there. So yeah, we should have we can refocus a bit. should I maybe start with the negative wire? So I'm placing this there, and then the other negative wire should maybe install over here. Like that. Oops. Then let's see here, will everything fit properly with the wires and all? I should have pushed this wire through here maybe. Like that. And then like that. So trying to push all of this inside here. Right, and then there we had this plate. It was sitting over here. Yeah, I think it was like that. And then we had no. Oh, it's upside down. I thought that there was something wrong with it. Yeah, and then there's a screw at the bottom of it. But let's turn it on and see if it works. Yeah, it seems like it's working. I don't have it connected to AC, so it's not too happy about that. But there has been some discharge of the cell. So yeah, let's turn it off. And yeah, the fan does have a noise, but it's not rattling. It's actually okay. And now it's standing right here, but when I move it about maybe to where it should be on the shelf, maybe that will be a little bit better still. So I shall just screw in the last screw here, holding the front of this device in place. And let's turn it around. Yeah, this looks pretty sick in a good way. So yeah, let me bring in something to see if it actually provides power and everything is fine or not. I got this special lead, so I can connect it to one of the outputs, like that. And then I got my solder fume extractor. So let's place it over here. And I will connect this to it. I will turn on the unit, if I find the button on the other side here. There we go. Now let's have a look if this will... Yeah. So, that's good. And we do get some noise from this, but it's pretty decent. We need some AC power as well, maybe. Let's try that next. Yeah, so the funny part is it's beeping a lot, even though I have no load on the output, except for the fan that is still making noise and running. So let's see if we can make it happier by connecting some power to it. There, and yeah, but as soon as I connected it, the fan started spinning a lot faster. And it's outputting quite a lot of air. But now it shut him up. Let's try to run this. Yeah, that works. Right. Let's check the other side of things. So, on the other side of things, it seems like we have AC power. And I suppose this is the battery load level now that we have AC power. And currently the load is low. Let's try to turn on the fan that I have for the fume extractor. Yeah, that didn't change much. So, yeah, let's turn it off. Okay, so the unit has been turned off, but the fan is still running. Of course, it's charging the cells, I hope. But indeed, it does have sort of a noise to it. So, yeah, but the repair itself of the unit has been finished. And hopefully with some more airflow as well. Since we have more holes here than we had with the previous cutout, you know. But it is pretty noisy. Slower spinning fan would have been nice, of course, but hopefully it will work well anyway, considering where it should stand. So yeah, that's about it. So this has been a fun project. a repair of a UPS which has been working actually pretty decently. I've changed the batteries once in it, and that was about maybe 5 or 7 years ago or something. So, but yeah, it's still holding up for now, and of course the fan is a bit noisy then, but at least it's not rattling like the old fan was. Right. Anyway, thank you everyone so much for watching. If you have some UPS and it has a broken fan, then it should be possible to restore it, basically. Yeah, it's a working device. I use it for NAS, router, smart device hubs and stuff like that. So it's there's a load of maybe 50 to 100 watts in total, peak maybe, and it can run quite a long time. So when there's a power outage, I have it has always been able to save the NAS and everything, and giving me time. If I see that the battery is running low on this, then I can turn off the NAS properly before it all goes down, and yeah, it keeps the router and stuff running. So yeah, anyway, I hope you have enjoyed it, and be on the lookout for more interesting videos on the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.